What's up, Nurse Nook family, and welcome back to the Nurse Nook. Today I have a really cool video for you guys. I think it's a great topic. Again, I think it's a great topic. I hope y'all do as well. But it's something that is super relatable, and I think a lot of not only nursing students, but nurses and people that are thinking about nursing can benefit from knowing. So stay tuned and keep watching for the tea. Today's video is sponsored by Home Chef, which is an awesome food delivery service that delivers pre-packaged, ready-to-cook meals straight to your doorstep. And you guys know I'm always trying to share things with you that are relevant to my viewers and I use in my life personally, and this is something that has really changed my life for the better, no lie. So this is how the meals look when they come to your house, in a nice little bag, all packaged with everything pre-portioned in there for you. And there's a little separate baggie if you get meals with meats, which I do. So every meal comes in a bag like that, and it also comes with a matching recipe that you add to your little binder, so it shows you what it's supposed to look like, and then it has the how-to on the back. And this has really changed my life, because as you guys know, night shift life is crazy, and sometimes things get really hectic, even just working as a nurse, no matter when you work. So having this meal service has made my life so much easier, and not only easier, but it's helped me be more healthy because I can choose the meals that I want and I don't even have to think about it. Everything comes pre-ready. Oh my God, Biscuit, sit down. You are interrupting the video. Sit down. Everything comes ready to just throw on the stove and cook. I can just follow the easy recipe. Everything takes between like 25 and 40 minutes to cook. Super easy to cook before work and very healthy, and you can choose any kind of meal you want, and they're all super delicious. So if you guys would like to try this amazing service, you can use the code NurseNook80 and get $20 off your first 4 boxes, which is amazing. Like I said, just try it out. If you don't like it, you don't like it, but I love to share it with you guys because it really has made my life 10 times easier. Alrighty, so now let's jump into the video. Is it normal to feel dumb as a new nurse? Absolutely. This is something I get in my DMs all the time. People are always asking me, telling me, confiding in me. I hear this so much when people, either when they're starting or before they start. I get a lot of new grad nurses that come to me and say, I just feel so dumb. Like, I do not know what I'm doing. I feel like I didn't even go to nursing school. I don't remember anything. I don't know what to do in any situation. And let me just give you guys the real scoop. This is all totally normal. I had this so bad when I first started, and I feel like there's somebody that had these feelings worse than me. Because my first day on the unit, I'm like, did I even go to nursing school? I feel like I just was born right out of my mother's cooter and just walked into nursing and had no idea what I was doing before, because I couldn't remember anything. I couldn't remember anything about medications. I forgot everything about CPR and BLS, and everything felt so foreign to me. And I think the biggest part of this is not only, I don't think it's that you don't know the information. I think when you're thrown in a new situation, in a scary situation, everything you know and have trained for just kind of goes out the window, because what takes over is your fear. And when your judgment is clouded by fear, you cannot make good decisions. And not only can you not make good decisions, but you forget everything you know. And this is why I feel like so many new nurses have troubles and struggles feeling comfortable on their units and feeling competent, because fear is what consumes us. Let me just tell you, take a deep breath and relax, because the first step to getting over this is just to get over your fears, okay? Just know that you are competent. You got this job for a reason. You are in this space for a reason. God would not bring you here if you were not prepared for this, okay? But once you get fear out of the way, sometimes you still feel incompetent and like you know nothing. And that was still me. And how to get over this. Again, super normal. And this is because nursing school teaches you textbook nursing, and textbook nursing is not real nursing. The scenarios they teach you in nursing school are always perfect scenarios. The scene is always perfect. Your intervention option's always perfect. The doctor's always right down the hallway. You have all your medications available. You have all your resources here. That is not real life nursing. It is never set up perfectly how it is in nursing school. And a lot of the things they teach you to do in nursing school don't even happen in real life. Because again, textbook nursing is a perfect world where everything is just great and dandy, and that is not what actually goes down in the real hospital most of the time. Well, let me not say most of the time, because a lot of the times, yes, but real life nursing is so different and nothing like what they teach you in nursing school. To me, nursing school is more so just to learn the background information about disease processes and just learning how the body works and learning about medications. But when it actually comes into putting it into practice, there is nothing that's going to prepare you like actually working in the hospital. Even clinicals for me didn't really teach me much, because I always knew I wasn't like technically the one that responsible for this patient, and I was just like doing stuff that the nurses didn't want to do basically. I never had to actually intervene or you know, make a plan to care for my patient or be in charge of the care of my patient. It was nothing like actually having my license and working as a nurse. I think another reason why the transition of feeling incompetent is difficult, because especially if you haven't worked in nursing before, not only are you trying to figure out how to care for people and kind of balance all these like disease processes that your patients have, the medicines that they're getting, and the care that you need to do for them. Not only is that difficult, but it's also difficult for people because they're not used to dealing with patients. Like, dealing with patients is not strictly only medicines, interventions. Just learning how to deal with patients can be difficult. You get difficult patients. Sometimes you don't know how to communicate with patients. And sometimes it's scary to communicate with patients that are experiencing the worst day of your life and you don't know what to say, and that's stressful. And sometimes you get attached emotionally to people that are going through sad things, and all that just wrapped into one just makes it a hard process to transition into. And it's not impossible at all, but it can be a little bit overwhelming at first, and it's perfectly okay to just cut yourself a break and just step back and just know that it is going to be okay. This is a new environment and you are not dumb. You are just getting your bearings in this new world. You know, it's one thing to learn about things in nursing school, and it's totally different to put it into practice in real life. Because for me, that was one of the hardest parts about transitioning from the classroom to real life, is because when I learn about things, I don't put it into real perspective. Like when I learn things, I'm like, okay, this is textbook information, blah, blah, blah. But then when I get into practice and see it on a real life patient, it's hard for me to make the connection, because I feel like what I learned in school is like fairy tale. But then when I see it on a person, it's like, oh my God, like what is this? Mind you, I just learned all about this, but because it's a real person, I'm like, oh my God, like what, I don't know what I'm doing. And again, totally normal. But one of the best pieces of advice that I can give you that really helped me get out of that feeling dumb and feeling like I don't know what I'm doing is the studying does not end when you graduate nursing school. If your studying stops when you graduate nursing school, please reevaluate yourself, and I need you to do better. Because you should constantly be learning. You should constantly be learning. There are so many diseases out there, so many medications, so many new interventions and new tests and things that are popping up that you constantly need to be on your toes and always learning. Especially if you're somebody that wants to go back to NP school or CRNA school or whatever it is that you plan to do. You want to make sure that you know your information, that you are on your toes, and you are learning to the best of your ability. Now, nobody's gonna have that when they first come out, even like a year in. So that's why you constantly have to be working on that and bettering yourself. So something that really helped me throughout my shifts, whenever I encountered something new, something I never heard of, something I didn't know too much about, I would write it down, and then later on I would look it up and write in my little knowledge book about it. So for me, if I can't explain it to a 5-year-old, that means I don't know enough about it. So if I couldn't explain DKA to a 5-year-old, that means that I need to go home and look, or not even home. If I'm on a break or I have like some free time during work to make the time go by faster, I'll read about it, I'll write about it, I'll learn more about it until I can explain it to a 5-year-old. That's when I know it, and that's when I can move on to another subject. So it's totally okay if you don't know everything when you first start, but it's not okay if you don't make an effort to know it. So that was my little spiel about feeling dumb as a new nurse. I hope that gave you some encouragement, some more confidence in your practice. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.